Hello everyone and welcome to my next video. In this video I've basically started a sketch of what seems to be a angelic being type of character that I did in my sketchbook. So I went ahead and decided to just finish up the sketch, making a video out of it and just talking over it. So like at this point there's a lot of waves going around on this image is because I was trying to add some kind of flow to this image, like leaves, leaf-like patterns, things like wings, things that repeat continuously, basically over and over. Of course, like I didn't really succeed at doing it, but that's what I was trying to do. For the wings over here, that's not really how wings are put together, but it's kind of like I started it and it looked okay, and then I'm like, you know what, just go ahead and finish it. Because if you reference how wings are actually put together, you know, there's actually a beautiful pattern to the whole setup. In mine, you know, this character has, it seems like too many layers of wings, but anyway, kind of looked okay at the end. I would say like the most challenging thing for drawing the wings is that I couldn't really spin the sketchbook that I was drawing on, because if I keep spinning it and at the angle I was drawing, I would keep getting in the way of the camera. So basically I was trying to draw lines at angles that were really uncomfortable. So that's why sometimes, I don't know if you could tell, it kind of looks awkward when I'm drawing. For the weapon that angelic being was carrying, it's basically, I wanted to be like basically something that changes shapes based on, you know, the way the character wants to use it. So it's kind of like a Swiss Army type of a magical spear. Here I wanted to do like the halo effect, that this is a holy being, and same time, I don't know, it kind of worked in reverse because it's like light, then it's dark, then it's light again. But yeah, anyway, it's just one of those sketches in my sketchbook. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but whatever. At least I try to finish it. Oh, here I'm trying to add some lines, basically just light radiating from this angel and it's just spreading everywhere. And here I'm trying to figure out the left side, which would make the right wing. For the shield, I wanted to add a cross, and I wanted the cross to kind of just basically radiate with light. And that shield's supposed to have like it's kind of, so how do I say this? It's kind of angled, it's not a flat shield. So I was trying to shade it at an angle so that it would create the illusion that this is a shield, you know, that's kind of like an eggshell cover. Here I'm erasing a bit so that I could create some, again, white radiating light that's just beaming through the cross. Basically, this is a holy shield. And so anyway, like I wasn't sure what I was doing at the beginning when I was just drawing it. But as I started adding to this image, I realized, you know what, that angelic warrior standing at like a valley of full of skulls. So that's where the idea came to me, which was Valley of Death. So he's standing where a lot of beings have been, I guess, killed or their time is up. And this is where their bones, I guess, are laid. I initially wanted to just show his legs, but it kind of looks like he's wearing a skirt, to be honest, and I don't like that idea. So I try to cover the legs with some type of armor. And here I'm back to rendering some skulls on the ground. For these skulls, I'm trying to think of basically the skulls being in different shapes, different sizes, at different angles, different fractured skulls. So variety, really, variety is the key. If you're gonna draw the same thing over and over, that's very boring. In here, I'm trying to add some rocks where that shield is resting. And even rocks, I mean, they can be really challenging if you actually try to, organize them, illustrate them into something beautiful instead of just drawing, this is a rock. It's actually more complicated than that. Even the rocks that I drew, honestly, I don't think I did a good job, but like you could still read, possibly those are rock, and it's got, some grass and I don't know, just wildlife around it. And back to more skulls. You kind of get tired of fiddling with just trying to work on in one section of your pictures. At least that's how it is for me. So I personally like to jump around and work in that area that just catches my attention in a moment, and then later on when I'm just sick and tired of it or something else grabs my attention, I just go there, and then I just hop around until the whole image comes to a stage that I just don't want to deal with it anymore. See, I didn't say complete because I don't believe like art is ever completed. It's more like when you decide to call it quits, when you decide, you know what, this is enough for me, I don't actually want to work on this anymore. Here I'm trying to add some kind of like hills, valleys, trying to think of some sharp angles, like this is not a friendly place basically. I don't want like friendly looking mountains, and I wanted, like the idea was I wanted the skulls to go as far back as the hills back there, the rocky hills, that valley, and basically this place filled with millions upon millions of skulls. Not too sure how well that turned out. I mean, clearly, like when you can draw something really well, like in my case, I'm not good at just about anything I've drawn here. So that means I need to understand how, different types of rocks are drawn. The skulls, I think I've drawn quite enough. Well, not enough, but I've drawn more skulls than I have drawn rocks. I guess that's why I would say my skulls in this picture, in this illustration, make more sense when you look at it. The rocks, I'm honestly not too happy with them. I really wanted to go for like sharp looking rocks, but for them to also read. Here on the ground, I wanted to radiate where the angel was standing. Like light is just beaming everywhere he touches. And also that skirt looking thing he was wearing, I didn't like it. It just didn't look good. It looked too feminine. So I just added a cape to just go with it. Kind of like he's wearing armor on his legs. And he's got that Trojan gladiator looking shorts from the Roman Empire. And then the cape to back it up, to just complement all that. Here I'm trying to add like smoke, kind of like it just the ground is just burning, and there's just smoke coming out of the ground between the skulls, and it just goes as far as you can possibly see. Once again, that didn't work as planned. But yeah, that's just part of the whole, learning process, that the more you draw, the more these things will make sense. Here I'm trying to draw the skulls at the foreground and kind of basically stop adding details as we get closer to the edge of the paper, because I don't know, I like leaving details out as well. I find it's a nice compliment, basically. Like, it's like detail and it eventually fades into no detail. I like that look. I don't like illustrations where it's 100% clean and crisp and all figured out. I think it doesn't give the viewers an opportunity to finish the image in their head. It's just like, oh, there's a picture. Great, moving on. More skulls, rocks, and time to time I just add a little bit of grass and just organic stuff that just grows out of the ground. Yeah, I like that skull right there, just basically peeking out of the ground, kind of like it's like half buried, half sticking out of the ground. You almost want to, I don't know, go and dig it out. Here I'm just adding more rocks than skulls so that so that there's some variety instead of just skull after skull after skull. Because like, we're literally at the foreground, and if you're this close you would see more detail. So I wanted to show, like, look, since this is a valley, it's got rocks everywhere, it would make sense to show more rock. Oh, and here I'm purposely writing backwards. It's not that the camera's flipped. Like, I'm drawing with my left hand and I wanted to just write in reverse. So that's the final image, and yeah, that's pretty much it for my angelic warrior at what I call the Death Valley with his, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this, and see you next time.